Hey everybody, this is this week's The Pulse webinar, and we'll go through the weekly commercial real estate activity in the Baton Rouge market. So we got a few sales this week, or that were recorded last week. We've got 3350 Wyoming Street. This is a 22 unit apartment complex. This is something Elifin had listed, and Mark Segala brokered the sale of, but we sold it to an investor at $42,955 per unit. The complex needed a brand new roof. It was about 50% occupied, 50 to 60% occupied, but it's got a great location. It is just south of the Nicholson Gateway development, new Nicholson Gateway development by LSU. So it is prime for redevelopment, and I'm really excited to see what this buyer group is going to do with it. All right, next up, another multifamily sale. This is a hodgepodge, a fourplex, duplex, two residential homes in Baker, sold for $81,000 a unit. The single family home and duplex skewing the price per unit there to the high side. Next up, another Elifin brokered sale by our very own Will Chadwick, 12525 Jefferson Highway. Will sold this. It was actually one of the bankruptcy sales. So this was through a bankruptcy trustee, and we listed it for them and found a buyer, and it was super interesting. All the hearings were handled via Zoom, which was cool. And we got to participate in that and see it through to the end of the process and the closing table. All right, office sales. We have a little office building sold on Plank Road in Baker, and then a small office condo sold off South Harrells Ferry for $116 per square foot. Another small industrial sale just made the cutoff. Remember, we don't include any sales that are under $100,000. So this just made it in. RNLF Counseling Services purchases their office/industrial building in off Airline in East Industrial Drive. So, upcoming planning and zoning cases. We've got the proposed addition of St. Thomas More Church. This actually happened on Monday. And commercial permits. Commercial permits, all super interesting information. Scan through it to stay on top of who's moving where, who's opening up where, who had their electricity in need of replacement. Recent content from Elifin. We've got commercial sales report. So this, if you haven't ever seen it, this is the commercial sales report. So this is all the Pulse data aggregated. All the Pulse data that we report aggregated monthly, and this is our June edition. So if you'll take a look, let me see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see that. All right, basically all commercial sale activity is down across the board. So this is this year to date compared with the average year to date for the previous 5 years. So the reason why we do that is because there's a lot of fluctuations in commercial real estate market, and there are large sales in terms of dollar amounts that skew the total volume. So you might have a $50 million apartment complex that sells one year, but if that property, if a similar property, size property doesn't sell next year, well, then already your volume's off by 50 million, and the total volume for the year is only 2 to 400 million. So it skews the statistics a lot and could give you a false indication of where the market's heading. So we try to compare it versus a 5-year year-to-date average. So it's down across the board, with the one exception, which is interesting, being retail. So down across the board, what does that mean? Well, commercial sales transactions have obviously slowed with COVID and the shutdowns of the economy and businesses, and basically investors putting their deals on pause while this thing plays out. What you don't see, if you closely in the statistics is this bottom graph is all sale price per unit or sale price per square foot, depending on the property type. And what you don't see yet is this going down for most property types. Land value up, office sale price per square foot up, retail is down slightly, industrial is up, multifamily is up. So what I think this means, what our takeaway can be is essentially right now you're seeing the slowdown of sale activity, sale volume, sale velocity, but you're not seeing that dip in pricing. What I would expect to see is sale volume to increase towards the end of the year and pricing to dip a little bit as sellers get more motivated, want to, maybe they need cash for certain reasons, and they take a haircut on their sale price in order to get the deal done. So you'll see an uptick in sale velocity, but you'll see a decrease in price per unit or price per square foot. Look to see that. Check out this full report. Dive into it if you haven't already. This is something unparalleled in the Baton Rouge market, and we'll see you next time.